Are we suffering from some amnesia?
No, I was
when you say that since 1999, we haven't seen this.
I know what we are talking about.
What am I talking about?
We are talking about circumstances that happened under President Goodluck Jonathan, in which the gate of the National Assembly was shut. In that situation...
Is there a difference between that situation and this one?
Let me explain. There are situations where security issues can arise, and you lock the front gates. I've had the privilege of walking around the National Assembly. You could lock the front gate of the National Assembly, but the two gates, the Villa Gate and the Office of the Secretary to the Government of Federation Gate, will be open to parliamentarians and accredited people. And that was what happened in the time under reference that you are talking about during President Jonathan administration. But what is playing out now? What is currently playing out now? Where parliamentarians are being stopped.
If I remember very clearly, if members knew that they had another option, another way of getting in, perhaps we would not have seen them, trying to jump over the gate.
It was political. It was political.
In a manner unbecoming of members of the National Assembly. But then, let us pose this to Mr. Morello, because some people will say this is deja vu. You're laughing at the fact that, he talks about we've not seen this since 1999, and he was trying to explain away what happened under President Goodluck Jonathan. But some people will say, haven't we learned any lessons? I mean, what precisely is the APC doing differently from what we saw just a couple of years ago? Aren't they playing out the same script? However, badly they're playing it out.
You see, what I want us to do in the interest of our democracy, in the interest of this nation, is in situations like this, we try and be very honest, we try and be very sincere, and make references devoid of politics. Let us look at the Nigerian democracy, let us look at the Nigerian nation. Like I said, there are situations that may arise that have security implications.
Which is the same thing he just said, happened under President Goodluck. So it's the same security issue. And these security issues always come up. Sorry to interrupt you, my good sir, because Nigerians that are watching are not exactly stupid. They are watching and they're saying, we've seen this before. Isn't it somewhat too coincidental that these security issues usually crop up very close to the elections? They crop up when members have defected to other parties, or they crop up when the leadership of the National Assembly has defected to another party or to the opposition party, and then those in the center are not comfortable, those in the executive are not. Isn't that when the security issues, in quote, crop up?
No. It may not be so. It may happen. It may be coincidental that nobody could manage. We can't rule such things out. It may have happened, but the truth still remains that when you're reacting to issues like this, when you're reacting to circumstances like this, you try to put all the plates on the table. You try to look at the implications. You gotta look at what the challenges are, without being sentimental or without being political or trying to play politics where it's not necessary.
If they're not being sentimental, don't you think that at least the leadership of the National Assembly should be aware? If there is a security threat which would necessitate members, because we all know, I mean, yesterday we saw... We saw on TV yesterday, the Senate leader, Ahmed Lawan, after a meeting with the vice president, the acting president, coming out to say that he wants the National Assembly to reconvene. They've been on with this National Assembly reconvene, National Assembly reconvene. We also heard the special advisor to the president on National Assembly matters, especially for the Senate, Itai Enang, saying that there is no plan to impeach the Senate president, because that has been the fear, that perhaps if there is a reconvening, there could be some plan to impeach the Senate president who has defected to the PDP. But he allayed those fears. Now we see, I mean, that same day, just yesterday as well, the Senate president saying he wants to meet with the leadership of the National Assembly, and he's asking for members from the House of Reps and also members from the Senate to meet in the Senate arm. And then this morning, we see or we hear that this, National Assembly has been blocked off. Can we really say that all of these matters are disconnected? And if there is indeed a security threat, those who have said they're going to meet today shouldn't be aware or informed that this is going to happen, so that perhaps they can issue a statement and say, hey guys, we might not be meeting again today as there is a security threat, currently going on, or we have a security threat at the National Assembly. Perhaps they would choose another venue to hold their meeting.
Yes, you just started by saying that they are racist. All right? So you don't even know where the Senate president is as we speak. He could communicate.
He be so difficult to get?
That's what I'm saying. He could communicate to his leadership from anywhere he is. But the point here is, if there are issues that, like you made reference to Itana, who came out to allay the fears, you agree with me that it's been in the media all over, that there's a design to impeach the Senate president for the campaign and things like that. It's been circulated. Everybody has been hearing that it's been in the room of meal.
Is it something that you would deny?
Why would I? I'm not a senator. I'm not a senator. I'm not a member of National Assembly.
You're a member of the APC.
Yes. Why not?
Your party has asked him to hand over the crown. Isn't that what you said?
Why not? Why not? The national chairman came out and said that. Why not? You see, we must be honorable. When we want to talk about the issue of impeachment or issue of the campaign, there's nothing wrong with anybody wanting to change his platform. For me, there's nothing wrong with that. Because it could be personal. Everybody has a justification for every of his action. But the point is that there are honorable things to do when you want to take such strong decisions. You do things that are honorable. That's why you are called honorable member. That's why you are distinguished. There are things you have to do that has to do with the status you occupy in the society. So for me, it may be a communication issue. It may be a communication issue. Like you rightly said, the Senate president, the president.
Explain that.
No, like you said, Mr. President of the Senate has planned to call a meeting today. Fine, fair enough. The security agencies, I can speak for them because I don't even have any information as to why whatever action they have taken, they are taking that. I don't have any information as regards to that because there are issues that may, you see, if they do, there are things we may allow to happen, and the security implication or the consequences thereafter will not be in a position to defend them. Will not be in a position to blame them that if they have such information behind, or if they had information prior to what happened, why didn't they take such preemptive actions? These are issues you cannot rule out.
Hey, how do you react to that? Do you think that perhaps indeed there could be security issues that we're not aware of?
I think that Dr. Bogalu, whom I have a lot of respect for, is just trying to do the right politics. Yeah, he's not addressing the issues.
What are the issues?
With due respect. We talk about being honorable. What does the rule say? The rule guiding the activities of the Senate. What does it say about reconvening? Section 12 of the Senate Standing Rule puts that responsibility in the hands of the President of the Senate. You cannot force him to reconvene the Senate. Only the leadership of the parties in their usual leadership meeting, like he has called leadership meeting, sit down together and say, in view of what is happening, urgent national importance, we will need to...
Do you think they're trying to force him? I mean, what we have heard so far is trying to urge him
There's no thinking
to reconvene the National Assembly in the wake of the supplementary budget and also the budget for INEC, which needs to be approved.
From the information available to us in the People's Democratic Party, they want to break into the chambers of the Senate and the House of Reps. And that is what the PDP is opposed to. That's what we are condemning.
Isn't that in the realm of allegation?
You might say it's in the realm of allegation, but when you go to block the National Assembly and stopping people from accessing, what are your plans? And if you talk about impeachment, there are rules guiding the impeachment. In the Senate, you will need 73 senators standing up one after the other to answer their father's name, as they used to say, in that process. In the House of Reps, you will need 240 members. If you are sure of this, and that's why I say they lack tact and strategy. If you are sure of this, and you are sure-footed, you have the numbers, then why don't we wait for the normal operation of the National Assembly? Why all these shenanigans?
You suspect underhand moves?
There are underhand moves, there are underhand measures. And we have put all this in the public domain.
Some people will say it remains in the realm of speculation.
We will not allow it to happen before we scream out. Because it's an abuse of democratic processes. It's an assault on our democratic institutions for the executive to deploy security agencies to the National Assembly to stop parliamentarians elected by the representatives of the people from accessing the parliament.